Another nice, beautiful 96-degree day today. Oh man, and guess what? Yep, they're dirty. Time to wash them again. So let's get everything ready and get them washed. Oh, good old energy drink. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad each and every one of you can make it. Man, nice beautiful 96-degree temperature here today with a bit of a breeze, as I'm sure you can hear. So I'll have to apologize for the wind noise in advance. But I am not complaining because we're gonna have it so much worse than everybody. Like the people in the Midwest having the tornadoes and all the flooding and stuff. Just absolutely crazy weather right now, but that's to be expected. You know, the earth goes in cycles. You'll have dry years, you'll have wet years, you know. So all you guys and gals out there are in my thoughts and prayers. I hope each and every one of you come out safely. I really do mean that. Now, for those that are here for the video, today's video is about car washes, car soaps, car shampoos. What are they? Why do we even use them? So if you look back in time to the beginning of the cars, there was one guy named Henry Ford. He was not the first guy to come out with a car or a truck or any motorized vehicle as far as that goes. But what he did that changed our life relationships with cars and basically the layout of the country without even knowing it, was he made it affordable and for the masses. He made it to where the average person, not a rich person, not John D. Rockefeller type person, but you and I could go get one. And you know, that was great. And you could get it in any color that you wanted as long as it was black. Yeah, all of them that he made was black. I don't know why. I don't know if that's the only color they could come up with at the time because of dye pigments, color pigments, whatever. I don't know. I haven't researched that part of why they were all black, but they were all black. But they were a hit and it took off like wildfire, and Ford has not looked back since. Now when you move up to the, you have to excuse me, I've got all kinds of stuff out here today, gnats, mosquitoes and everything else wanting to suck me dry. Now if you fast forward, you know, a decade or two, they started to come out with other colors. They came out with a blue, and then companies come out with greens, and you know, the color wheels started broadening as far as cars are concerned. And when that happened, you know, they would get dirty. So what would people clean them with? Well, basically anything they had. They'd go out there and wash them with a bucket of water and their lye soap. Oh God, can you imagine? But the thing is, paints back then were durable. They were one stage, you know, they were sprayed on thick or brushed on thick, and then when the sprays came, they were sprayed on thick, single coat paints. And they were more durable as far as lasting longer, not chipping, not rusting through, you know, made to last. So you could pretty much wash it with whatever you had and you'd be okay. You know, this is long before waxes and stuff come along. And then, you know, you get up to the 40s, the 50s and 60s, and again, the paints were single stage. You would use whatever you had to clean them, because let's face it, you know, in the beginning the car was a workhorse. It was made to get you from point A to point B. All the roads were dirt. Some of them were even just horse trails. So you drove through mud holes, mud trenches and everything. Well, as time went on and people become more civilized and started living around more people, well, they would see this person's car was clean, so I want my car to be clean. So like I said, they'd take their wash pail out there, which was typically the milk pail, with some water out of the well, you know, pump it out of the ground and get your lye soap and go to washing it. And then paints evolved, as I was trying to explain a second ago. And I'm going in circles, I know. Anyhow, paints evolved, cars evolved, roads evolved to where you wasn't getting them as dirty, but you still wanted to keep them clean. So in the 50s and 60s and so on, you started using other things. The paints became a little less durable, but they were still single stage, and you had more products to clean. And one of those products was your average dishwashing soap. You know, you used what you had because, like I said, the waxes and stuff hadn't really come along. And the reason you used this was because it was readily available. You had it. You knew it cleaned your dishes, so it should clean your car, right? And at the time, this was fine. You know, we knew no different. And like I said, waxes and stuff hadn't come out that far. Back in the day, all you had was 2 salmon eyes and turtle wax. They went on, they protected, but man, was they a bear to get off. The reason they was a bear to get off, they had to last. They had to stay on that single coat paint and be durable just like the paint was. Well, since then, waxes and stuff have come a long way. You know, there for a while they were all man-made, you know, out of carnauba wax. They put a shine on your car like you wouldn't believe. They'd come off a lot easier too. Long gone was the days of salmon eyes and turtle wax. Those companies have since had to evolve in order to stay in business. That's a whole different story. But with all that said, waxes got easier to put on, got easier to take off. And with that said, using products like Dawn, Joy, whatever your household family brand was, you no longer can use these. And the reason you can no longer use these is Dawn and Joy and all the dishwashing soaps are good at 2 things. I'm sorry swatting at all these gnats, but oh my God, they're aggravating today. They did 2 things, they did 2 things really good. They made your hands soft. Yeah, they did that good, as the commercial says.
This is came clean, but that must be one greasy glass. See for yourself.
Even after all that grease, Dawn helps stop grease bounce back.
Doesn't look greasy. Doesn't feel greasy. Neither do my hands.
And they removed oil and grease off of your dishes. Now let's think, I'm gonna set this over here now out of the way. Now let's think for a second, what is a wax? It's man-made, right? Might be out of natural products, but it's man-made, and it is a form of a oil or grease. It really is. Now today's products, you know, a lot of the hybrids and stuff like that are totally man-made. There's nothing natural in them, so you don't really have to worry about it as much, but it will still do the same thing. Dishwashing liquids, since wax is a oil or grease, dishwashing liquids will strip the wax right off of your car. You spend a couple hours waxing your car by hand, and then the next time you go wash your car, you notice it's not beating after you're done. You're like, what happened? Well, you just stripped it off using a dishwasher soap on it. So we are now up to current day. You know, you have your still carnauba based products, you have your synthetic sealers, and now you have your SiO2, which is your silicone based ceramic waxes and sealants, and they last longer and all that stuff, but you can still strip them off. So with today's paints, you have the base coat, which is the color, then you have the clear coat, which is supposed to protect the color. And to protect the clear coat, we put wax on it, we put sealers on it. But during that time, you know, we drive, we work in the rain, some of us live on dirt roads, all this good stuff. So what do we use? Well, we can't use Dawn anymore, we can't use Joy anymore, can't use Palmolive anymore. What do we use? Companies like Adams, companies like McGuire's, Griot's Garage, just to name a couple, Turtle Wax even, have come out with their own line of car soaps, car shampoos as some of them call them. And when you walk into your local place, whether it be Walmart, AutoZone, or anything, all the aisles are slam full of car care products, and you can spend a good amount of time in there figuring out which one to use, because like I said, they all offer it, they all want a piece of the pie, you know. But there's some things you should know when you go in there. Your general place, like your Advance Auto, your Walmart and stuff like that, will sell a decent all-around car wash, car soap, car shampoo. For the benefit of the rest of the video, I'm just going to call them car soaps, okay? They will sell your basic car soaps. They're commercial grade, all around, do everything. And what I mean by that is some of your soaps have brighteners in them, like this Dino Wax that I have, Dino Wax Wash and Wax. This is a very, very good car soap. It says wash and wax. Don't let that last part fool you, the wax. Very, very minimal wax in most of your wash and waxes. Just a little minute trace. But this one, I'm going to put on my glasses so I can read it to you, and I won't bore you with a bunch of them. I'm just going to tell you a couple of them. It contains 0 VOCs, so that's very good. It's safe on all surfaces, that's good. Clean and wax in one step. Highly concentrated formula. And it says on here, let's see, application. For a 5-gallon pail of soap, you use 1 capful. 1 capful for a whole 5-gallon bucket of soap. So this is one capful. I mean, think about this. This will outdo a couple years worth of washing, depending on how much you wash your car. Now, with all that said, what else does this have in it? Well, you know, it's got cleaner in it, which is it's a non-abrasive cleaner, which will take off loose soils and dirt, nothing that's ground in, nothing that is stuck on like tar and stuff, because it's a good all-around wash. And it will take off like the grit, the gravel, the dirt, the road grime, but it won't take off anything stuck in it. But the Dino Wax line of products actually have brighteners in it, and what that does, it makes your colors pop more. Like if you've got a black or a red, it just makes it more vibrant, makes it shine more, makes it glare more, if that makes any sense. And then it's got the soap in it. Now, Chemical Guys has a line of confusing products, and you have to read each and every one of them. But most, you know, Chemical Guys are starting to show up in a lot of your automotive places now. Like I know Walmart carries them, but their line to me is very confusing, very confusing. But if you order from them, the cool thing about it is some of today's cars are matte finish. In other words, there's no shine to them at all. They have a very specific wash for matte surfaces. Or like some of your cars that have the wrapped hoods with the matte finish hoods. You can use that on it and it will not put any shine, will not put any sheen. Its sole purpose is to clean that matte finish. That's all it's there for. So, you know, there's so many different things out there. Some are geared more toward stripping wax off your car so that you can then go and wash, so that you can then go and color correct your paint before you wax. Some of them wax and wash at the same time. Some of them are just washes to protect what you've already put on there. You know, there's a wide range of stuff. And I know by now you're asking, what's my favorite? What do I use? Well, if I know I'm getting ready to go to a car show, I will use the Dino Wax because it has brighteners in it, and I've seen how this stuff does. It's mail order only. You know, I'll put the name of the company in here, and if I can remember, I'll put the link in the description box down there so you can go check them out. This whole 32-ounce bottle is only $8, and it'll last you a couple years. Got great smell to it too. That's another product of today's washes, is they smell great. Some of them smell like, you know how when you go to a drive-through car wash, which you should not be doing, you get that really clean smell, that whiff of air. Today's products do the same things. But if I'm using a maintenance wash, like I waxed my car and I want to maintain it but yet clean it, I look for a product that has a small amount of wax in it, but is basically just a neutral pH balanced wash. So I use, my favorite is Meguiar's Gold Class. I'm going to read it to you. On the front it says, washes and conditions paint in one step, rich luxurious suds. And that's another product of today's great washes. They suds like crazy because, let's face it, the greatest trend right now is foam cannons. You know, use your pressure washer. Personally, I think it's a waste. I really do. In some states like California, you're not supposed to be doing it anyway because of water restrictions. But they're all made to foam really, really well. Because they're made to, because they know a lot of people use them in their foam cannons with their pressure washers. Now on the back, for best results, ensure the car is cool to the touch and in the shade, because you never want to wash your car in the direct sunlight. Biggest, quickest, easiest way to get water spots on your car you've ever seen, because it dries before you can get it off. Pour 1 ounce or 4 capfuls of this product in a wash bucket and add 1 gallon of water. So if you notice, they're not all concentrated the same. 1 ounce to 1 gallon, so that's a 1-to-1 solution, or 1 capful, which is 1 ounce to 5 gallons. So this was more, but you use more of it. This one is less, but you use less of it. Let's see how many ounces in this. 64 fluid ounces. So by the time you get it all said and done, it'll be pretty close when they're both empty. Just depends on how much you want to use, right? How often you wash your vehicle. But it says this McGuire's Gold Class Car Wash Shampoo and Conditioner is a rich and luxurious product designed to both wash and condition paint in one easy step. Gently foams away dirt, road, and grime and contaminants without compromising wax protection. So right there it tells you this is a good wash for maintenance washes. It's not going to strip off the wax that you have. So what I'm trying to get across to you is basically this. Don't just walk in and pick up something because of the name. Don't just walk in and pick up something because of the color, or Joe down the street or Bob up the other way uses it and he swears by it. Word of mouth is okay, but it's not always the best thing, if that makes sense to you. Go in, take us some time, read what it says on the back, because like I said, some products are for removing wax, some products are for protecting wax, some products are just a wash, right? So spend some time, figure out what you're looking for, and pick the one based on that. Me, for the money, McGuire's Gold Class, right? Or their new line that they have out. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but it's yellow colored and it's about half this size. Is a good all around, because like I said, you're going to spend a couple hours waxing your car and detailing and everything. You don't want to rinse it off the first time you wash your car. You want to get as long a life out of that as you can. So by using a good wash and wax or car soap, this will actually be putting a very, very thin protective layer on top of what you already have. So when you come back a week later or whatever and wash it again, you're still going to have some protection. So by all means, spend a little time, spend a little research. Get that car clean. It makes the world a brighter place. And until next time, we'll see you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed.